back to 20 car. Imagine a car that doesn't merely drive upon asphalt but seems to awaken entire galaxies as it moves. The 2026 Honda Civic Unofficial Concept is not just a vehicle, it is a portal, a starship disguised in the form of a sedan, sculpted to bend time, light, and desire. Looking at it feels like staring into a rift where myth and machinery intertwine. A phoenix born from cosmic ash, preparing to ignite the streets with a glow only the future could summon. Its body is a hymn to balance and rebellion. From afar, the proportions appear disciplined, yet the closer you approach, the more its defiance becomes evident. The hood stretches with the tension of a bowstring ready to release arrows of lightning, while the side panels curve like waves that never touch the shore. Each crease along its flanks appears hand-drawn by wind itself, sharpening the Civic into a weapon of both beauty and efficiency. The headlights are not lamps but crystalline eyes of some mythical creature, piercing and intelligent, radiating white fire with LED intensity. Beneath, the grille flows like a darkened abyss, swallowing air with hunger. Wheels spin with intricate patterns, like celestial runes forged in motion, while the aerodynamic silhouette makes the entire car appear caught between stillness and flight. Step inside, and the transformation is complete. You are no longer in a car but in a cathedral dedicated to velocity. The dashboard seems carved from obsidian and glass, smooth yet alive with digital constellations. Screens ripple with information as if whispering secrets of the road to the driver. The steering wheel is not simply a tool but a talisman, forged to fit human hands as though destiny itself designed it. Surfaces shimmer with carbon fiber veins and brushed aluminum bones, each material speaking to a philosophy where technology and artistry merge. Light flows across hidden lines, illuminating controls that appear only when called, like spirits summoned from the ether. The rear cabin holds surprises of its own. Space, often neglected in such machines, blooms here like an unexpected garden. Passengers sink into sculpted seats that cradle as though shaped from memory foam and velvet skies. Legroom expands with generosity, allowing journeys to feel less like movement through cities and more like floating through dreams. Armrests conceal hidden compartments, storage awaiting secrets, while the materials, soft touch leather, ambient lighting, create an atmosphere of intimacy and quiet authority. For once, the rear of a Civic is not an afterthought but a companion to the front, an echo of the same philosophy that the future should belong to everyone on board. And then comes performance, the heart of this cosmic beast. Underneath the sculpted skin, a power plant awakens with numbers that blur into energy. Rumors speak of a turbocharged hybrid setup, balancing raw gasoline muscle with electrified finesse. Horsepower pushes beyond 300, torque swells like thunderclouds, and acceleration promises a sprint to 100 km/h in just under 5 seconds. Handling, sharpened with electronic sorcery and mechanical poetry, feels as if the wheels read the ground like braille, interpreting every curve, every stone, every possibility. Braking arrives not with violence but with precision, like a swordsman ending a duel in a single strike. It is not merely speed, it is orchestration. The sound that follows is no less mesmerizing. From idle, the engine hums like a beast asleep in a cavern, a low resonance vibrating through bone and memory. Push the throttle, and the notes rise like an orchestra tuning under the command of thunder itself. Exhaust whispers at first, then screams in crescendos, bouncing against city walls and mountain cliffs with theatrical defiance. Inside the cabin, the acoustics transform those notes into something personal, like a heartbeat amplified, syncing driver and machine until separation feels impossible. Technology here is no passenger but the navigator of destiny. The infotainment system expands into panoramic clarity, a screen that stretches with liquid brilliance across the dash. Artificial intelligence lurks in every command, predicting routes, moods, even music as though it understands more than you speak aloud. Connectivity flows seamlessly, the Civic speaks to phones, satellites, even smart homes, transforming into a node of a greater network. Driver assist systems no longer feel like intrusions but invisible guardians, lane keeping, adaptive cruise, collision warnings, all working together as if the car itself is watching over you. A companion forged of steel and code. Ride quality completes the dream. Suspension has been tuned not just for roads but for realities, soft enough to cradle through potholes, firm enough to dance through switchbacks. Climate control flows like spring breezes or desert warmth on command, and seating ergonomics ensure that even journeys across continents could end without fatigue. The Civic has always been the people's car, but in this concept, it becomes the people's sanctuary, a machine that protects as much as it exhilarates. Efficiency is no afterthought. With hybrid technology whispering behind the gasoline roar, fuel economy bends expectations. Around 5 liters per 100 kilometers in calm cruising, while electric assistance cuts emissions in the city, the Civic once again proves that beauty and conscience can exist in the same machine. Practicality emerges, range anxiety fades, and everyday usability feels as natural as breathing. But even myths must face judgment. Among its strengths, a design that feels more alive than metal should allow, performance that challenges expectations, and technology that makes the car a bridge to the future. Yet weaknesses whisper, it may push the Civic name too far from its humble roots, and cost could elevate it beyond the reach of loyal fans. Radical visions are never free from contradiction. Competitors stand ready in the arena. The Toyota Corolla GR pushes with its own turbocharged heart, but lacks the surreal aesthetic flair of Honda's Phoenix. The Mazda 3 tries to charm with elegance and handling, yet its interior feels less futuristic in comparison. The Hyundai Elantra storms with raw aggression, but it misses the Civic's balanced fusion of conscience and innovation. Against these, the 2026 Honda Civic Unofficial Concept rises as something not just better, but stranger, deeper, like comparing stars to lanterns. Ownership will demand its price. Expect a figure near $35,000, $40,000, a step beyond the Civic's traditional home yet justified by the machinery inside. Insurance will reflect its performance edge, while maintenance benefits from Honda's legendary reliability. Long-term value may shine even brighter. Concepts like this become legends, and legends rarely depreciate into shadows. And so, the story closes. The 2026 Honda Civic Unofficial Concept is not a car alone. It is a cinematic epilogue to decades of Civic heritage, and a prologue to futures not yet written. It asks, can a family sedan dream like a supercar, protect like a guardian, and still remain loyal to its people? Its answer is a yes, spoken in thunder and silence, in light and shadow. To drive it is to become part of its myth, to carry its flame across the roads of tomorrow. When it passes, it does not merely leave behind sound and dust, it leaves behind a question in the hearts of all who see it. Was that a car, or was that a glimpse of the universe awakening?